Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about Bitcoin, of course. A little bounce back, so that's always fantastic. What's going on with Bitcoin? Anything different? And let's talk about some massive meme coin news. I know you guys love it. You guys are degens. I got some good news for you guys tonight. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Actually, that's not what I want to show. This is what I want to show. Bitcoin is around 62.8, 63, coming back a little bit better than this morning. So that's always good. But overall, guys, like I've been saying, Bitcoin has been basically going sideways, okay? Sideways movement, not the time to be giving up. And I'm hoping you guys are not. I don't think you guys are because you're tuning in right now. But it almost seems silly sometimes that I have to still bring the hope to you guys about Bitcoin when, in fact, it's so strong and we are above $60,000. But I got more hope for you guys, more things to talk about. First of all, this could be very good, meaning this could be the bottom that we're looking for. In fact, this retracement that we just had and that we're recovering from, this 23.6%, is officially the deepest retracement we had so far this cycle. Now, we're about 50 days long in the current pullback, so not the longest. The longest we had was about 63 days. So that means, you know what? We may be right there, right? Meaning right at the cusp of the next run, the next push, the next level upwards from here on out. So that is pretty darn positive, right? I'm starting out with that. As for ETF flows today, okay, ETF flows, we don't know. Volume, okay, volume, somewhat there, not the greatest. But we had basically a zero yesterday. But will we see something today? Let's see if... Yeah, I'm going... Eric, bye-bye. You say the same thing every time. All right. So what we see, inflow today, probably because Bitcoin went upwards, right? So we will see what happens. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to adjust this camera a little bit here. It's a little bit off. I'm going to do that a little bit higher. That looks good. All right. So we'll see tomorrow if we had an inflow today. And I think we did. We did. The good news is about this is Grayscale's not selling. Grayscale seems to have stopped selling altogether and now has inflows. And when that happens, that is a fantastic scenario for Bitcoin to move higher, right? So very, very good. Now, what else is good? Well, let's see. Hong Kong. Harvest was ETF issuer in Hong Kong. Look at that logo, by the way. That's a fantastic Bitcoin logo. Obviously, Hong Kong right now also have ETFs, and they did bring some volume. Over $300 million have flown into the ETFs. But that's just Hong Kong. What about getting 1 billion plus people exposed to it? So he's calling for the ETFs to be traded within mainland China and give 1 billion plus people the opportunity to buy some Bitcoin, which they currently can't do, right? But the next best thing, probably Bitcoin ETFs. And if that happens, watch out. I mean, the volume in Hong Kong, of course, trails Wall Street. But within 2 weeks, right, they have accumulated over 300 million Bitcoin. And if this is exposed in all of China, man, that's going to get into the billions and trillions really, really quickly. So that is also fantastic. The Rothschilds. I don't need to say much about the Rothschilds, but 3.6 billion in Bitcoin ETFs. That's not bad. That's not bad. I expected a lot more. But as Bitcoin climbs higher, I'm pretty sure they will accumulate more. We're hearing more and more and more about funds and companies that have loaded up my ETF because they're required to disclose. And we're hearing some very interesting things, some very large numbers. Obviously, 3.6 million is not a large number, especially for the Rothschilds, who probably owns half the world. But still, you know there's more. And that's just ETFs. What about Bitcoin they hold? They may hold billions of Bitcoin. We don't know about that, right? But we do know about Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, who literally just buys no matter what. Saylor himself says he will buy the top forever, right? And sometimes they seem like very, very silly buys until Bitcoin continues upwards and forms another high. And then they don't look so silly anymore, right? And you know, he's not going to stop buying, and he's drawing more and more people into this space, and people are using him as a case study. What happens to a company and a company's stock, more specifically, when they go all in on Bitcoin? I think we know. MicroStrategy stock has been on fire, 800% since 2020, even surpassed Bitcoin's performance. Absolutely on fire, and I think most companies are starting to realize it was a mistake not to follow his lead, right? So, fantastic stuff. Now, short term, we're seeing some good patterns build up. Inverse head and shoulders, okay? I've shown this before, but it does kind of look like that's what's happening right now. If it's not inverse, if it's just head and shoulders, it seems more believable. But somehow when it's an inverse head and shoulders, people don't quite believe it. But that is the pattern that we're going through right now. And even if you didn't believe that, believe this, okay? Every single cycle, you have dips. You do have dips, okay? It doesn't go up forever. This morning, I made a big point about it. There were a lot of scary, fuddish articles out there, okay? If you just read it as it's written without any context of anything else, yeah, it seems pretty darn scary. But then I added some context. Yeah, April was a bad month, and May so far hasn't been that great either. But why is that? Because we had 7 consecutive green months prior. That's why. We had a breather month, just like what you see here. Look at that. Just count that, right? We had a lot of green months, and we had 1 red month. That does not mean the cycle is over. That does not mean the parabolic phase of this cycle is canceled. It just means that we have to wait a little bit longer. That is it. You got to have patience when it comes to Bitcoin, right? So that is what I want to say about Bitcoin. It did bounce back a little bit. We'll see the numbers tomorrow, but I do think we are just simply going sideways at this point. We're consolidating. We're getting ready. And there are so many great things happening in this space. You really don't want to be, as I say, feared out or fudded out in the market at this point, right? So stay strong. Now, what about these massive meme coin news? Well, there's one in particular I'm going to talk about. And it's a surprise and not surprise, but it is kind of surprise. Because Andre Cronje, the leader of Phantom, and Phantom has been doing pretty well. His goal is now to create safe meme coins, okay? And basically, he knows what a meme coin could do. Build community, grow a chain, bring volume. That's what it has been doing with all these other chains. Now he's fully embracing it. Fully embracing it, right? So that's why ever since that happened, actually, I didn't even know this, but he said if you want to launch one on Twitter, if you want to launch one, you could actually contact him directly on Telegram or Twitter, right? Like he went as far as like, just contact me altogether. I didn't even know that. But anyways, but we have a few meme coins now on Phantom, right? And it's probably the reason why you see a spike in volume. Yeah, that's a big spike. For the most part, look at it. Besides July, you had a spike, but it's mostly sideways, right? And then we had this big thing. So that's actually pretty darn good. Very good indeed. And the biggest one, I think the biggest one on Phantom is Speedy. Speedy's still relatively small based on Phantom, right? Based on Sonic and the Sonic upgrade, everything I think is a fitting name. But the biggest one is Phantom. 4 million, still relatively small, up 38% today. So absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure there will be more and more and more coming to Phantom. But I'm really, see, this is the part of the reason why I say memes are going to be a big part of this cycle. Even leaders and chains are fully embracing them. Okay, so it's no wonder they are doing well. Now, there are still a lot of rugs for sure. A lot of rug pulls out there. You got to be careful. You got to do your research. You got to look into the team. You got to look at what they're doing, right? And you got to look at if they locked in their liquidity. And there's a lot of little things you can look at. But the ones that are solid, the ones that are really building a community for the chain that they're on, they are on absolutely fire. There are so many out there. Even Tonguecoin, right? Tonguecoin related to Telegram. Recently, USDT just launched on Tonguecoin, and it's natively launched. That's good, right? But why do you need that? Because not only do they have dApps, but also they have memes. That's right. There are a lot of now memes on top of Tongue Chain, right? It's kind of interesting. They're trying to build everything into Telegram. Now, Telegram is already a beast, but now they're layering dApps, stable coins like USDT, and memes into it, which is why I think Tonguecoin has been doing so well. In fact, look at this. They just airdropped 30,000 Tonguecoins to meme coin traders, right? So, I mean, they're fully basically embracing memes. A lot of people just got a lot of free Tongue tokens, absolutely free, right? Who doesn't like free stuff? So they are also embracing, just like Phantom. And here's one that is on top of Telegram called Resistant Dog, Rito. Never heard of this one until today. But they're also up 13% today. 75 million market cap, pretty big. And you know what? We'll see. I bet there will be a lot more launching in the near future. Okay. And then also, what else is there? Of course, there's Base. And a lot of you guys know about Base already. Base does not have a token itself, but created by Coinbase at L2 for Ethereum. And they are so hot. Okay. Very, very hot. Even Franklin Templeton is looking at the volume and supply that's growing on Base. They actually did analysis on it. Okay. And we know there are so many hot Base meme coins. They are all skyrocketing. Not all, okay, but a lot have. A lot have, definitely. Look at Brett. It got up to like as high as like what, 600 million market cap or something. Now it's hovering at 300 million, and we have so many others that are launching that's doing well. My guys from Dirty Degens, they discovered Chuck, right around 2 million, and now it's at 25 million. And look at that chart. That chart just looks absolutely fantastic. Just like I've really never seen a meme go up like this since Costco hot dog. And that one topped out around 110 million. Who knows where Chuck is going to go. But my point is, all these memes on Base, what are they doing? They're building a community. The Base community is hot right now. You know, 6 months ago, no one was talking about Base. Now, everyone's talking about Base. Everyone is literally talking about Base and thinking about moving to Base because of the volume and the support that Coinbase is giving, right? It's absolutely fantastic. So you got a lot of crazy meme movement going on right now. A lot of support from the chains and foundations and leaders. So awesome stuff. This is why this cycle is so different than previous cycles. So different. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A. Today's a really good day for memes. So I'm in a memes category here. You can see Pepe's up 6%, Whiff is up 11%, Boom is up 8%, Meow is up 8%, Popcat, which is the latest one to really take off, that's on Sol, 22%. Man, that's crazy. I just mentioned about Brett. You know, it's up here 3%, 300 million. You got Degen. I believe that's also on base. That's 258 million. I don't know what this ERC20 meme is, but it's up 288% today. And there are a lot more. All right. Let me scroll up here. See if I missed anything. Man, I need to make a drink for myself. My Bartistia or Tista. Bartistia. But it's not a good day to be drinking. Let's see. Bear Trap back to 70K. You know what? If you look at a chart, it could happen. I mean, we're not that far off. We're 63,000. We can move 10% like it's nothing. I show the order book from the major exchanges, and there's really no resistance up to like 70, 73K. Let's see. I am not going to be selected as VP. Hoy man, what's your take on Sui? Well, I'm a little concerned about the unlock that's about to happen. I don't know the exact date, but over the next 2 months, there will be a huge 1 billion unlock to the early investors, the VCs. If they decide not to dump, it's going to be fine. If they do, that's going to be problems. Uh-oh, I just missed out on a lot of shoot, I missed out on a lot of chat here. Just disappeared. In the USA, best way to get on Tongue, Bridge USDT from MetaMask, or yeah, you know what? I never looked into it. I don't actually hold any Tongue because I still think it's a little suspicious, but you could buy a lot of sexes. Like every single one basically have it. And you could buy Uniswap, right? So if you want to buy it on Uniswap, you just need regular USDT on ETH. That's it. Or you could buy it on any of these big exchanges. But man, they are at 22 billion. They just keep going up and up and up, and they just don't really stop. Look at that 1 year performance. Michelle is asking, is it time to trade some Bitcoin for solid alts? I don't know if it's time. It's not altcoin season yet. But if you're not diversified, if you don't have that 50, 25, 25 breakdown, then maybe. But if you're already at 50, 25, 25, then I'd say there's nothing wrong with that. Sith Lord, thank you and you're welcome. Townsley, I don't actually vote, so you're wrong about that. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Have you checked out Rocky on base? Rocky the Palm. The owner Meta Winners really seem to be pushing it. I don't know who Meta Winners is, and no, I have not checked out Rocky. No idea what it is. But since we're talking about memes, why not? Let's check it. This one, from a chart perspective, it doesn't look very good because it's just like a slow drain right now. So liquidity is kind of low, and it looks like it's only like quarter locked. Liquidity under $1 million at 20 million seems a little low too. Saul, I have a lot of debt, but don't want to use my crypto to pay it off. I think crypto will go up a lot. Should I pay off my debt with crypto funds? Yes, you should. You really should. Getting rid of debt is so important. It really unlocks. It unlocks a lot, you know. I know it's tough, right? Because you want to hold crypto. You know, you could feel that it's gonna go higher, but hey, sometimes you gotta pay off your debt, and you're gonna feel a lot better for it. And even if crypto goes down, you know what? You can wait out longer because you have no debt. You know, doesn't mean you have to do it right away, but you should. If it was me, I'd make a conscious effort to really try to pay it off quick. Dan, the crypto man. Jordan, my buddy asked me this today, and I couldn't answer him. Do we ever not mine all Bitcoin that's released every day? No. It's guaranteed 100% will be mined. Please don't ask me about Cadena. Ran from banter, watched your stream a bit earlier. That was great. He does that often, and he pokes fun at me. Well, whatever. If he wants to bring attention to me, great. I talked to him a few times in real life. He's a, friendly guy. And I wish him the best. Yeah, he's just in a different place than I am. Jason asks, how much influence will the memes that are on Sol affect the actual price of Sol? I would say a whole lot, which is why Solana is at number 5 right now. Definitely. Because what do you need to buy those memes? You need Sol, right? You need Sol to pay for gas too, even though it's very small. But that's why Sol is doing so well. The DEXs like Jupiter and Radium, they are doing well. They're killing it. Who won, Drake or Kendrick? I don't follow that drama. You know what? If they both want to get in the IFC in the pit and duke it out, I will be glad to set that up. Speaking of which, Consensus is coming up end of this month. And the next IFC fight is going to be held there. It's going to be absolutely huge. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to every IFC fight. And there will be 2 or 3 more even after this. There will be a lot. I've been working like a madman trying to get people to commit and matching them with others. But there are some really huge guys that are going to be fighting in the future. GT, I don't necessarily disagree. I think I feel the same way, but you know what? I'll just leave it at that. Dopey Dave, appreciate that. Thoughts on Turbo and Snek? I'm still supporting Snek, and they in fact will be represented in this next IFC fight. Turbo, on the other hand, AI generated, has been out for a while. They're kind of stagnant. They kind of been hovering between 50 and 100 million. You know, they could continue to do well. I mean, in the parabolic phase, I'm sure all these memes will blow up. Shady, yeah, I think Chuck looks pretty damn good. When I first saw him, like, man, that chart looks fantastic. Thoughts on Celsius? Why suddenly pumping? Have no clue, and no one should be looking at that token if it's still around. How do you feel about Ondo and RWAs? I like RWAs, just not Ondo. I mean, I know it's killing it, and so is others like Goldfinch, but they're all just like, they're just tokenizing what banks offer. That's not what I'm interested in. Coben, appreciate it. What would you take? A LaFerrari P1, no contest. You'd never choose a McLaren over a Ferrari. Ferrari any day. Shane says, saw a Cybertruck in the wild for the first time today. Sure looks cool. I'll give it that. I mean, like I said, whether you like it or hate the Cybertruck, it looks like no other car on the road. It really looks that different, you know? I did not check out a Tucker video. Let's see. Roast on base lost 96% today. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that. Goldfinch offers low loans with RWA as collateral. I just don't like any of this stuff. I don't like the stuff where it's like tokenized collateral, tokenized bonds, tokenized yield, tokenized stables, you know, like, or fiat, you know, those are all just like banking stuff, you know. I just feel like we could tokenize a lot more stuff besides just banking stuff. Druda, did I put in any longs? I did, but very, 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 very conservatively today. Wasn't quite sure if we're gonna go higher, but we did, so that's good. You know, I only made like $1,000 today, so I had a long way to go to make up my losses, but still. I'm buying a Cybertruck with my 200K CRO. Good for you. Good for you. I haven't checked out CRO in a long, long, long time. Where is it at? It's still 3.4 billion. Still one of the big boys. I still don't know. I don't know about any like legit project in CRO. I'm sure there are, but I haven't heard of any of them. George, with a multi-year waiting list, you should get a Cybertruck, you know, but they're going to mass produce it as much as they can, and it will, I don't know. I get a text every day asking me to take delivery. Like literally every day I get a text. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to take delivery, but still, I'm wondering if I should. Did you hear about the electric G-Wagon? I did. The front end is horrible. I don't know why Mercedes and everyone needs to do this. Just because it's an electric car doesn't mean you have to like make the front end look so ugly. And that's exactly what happened. Now the rest, they made little upgrades to the rest of the G-Wagon. Interior's upgraded. It's more aerodynamic and keyless entry, stuff like that. But they changed the front end. The front grille in particular just looks so ugly to me. I don't know what happened there. You would get more viewers, maybe the wrong kind. What would be the right kind? The non Tesla lovers? K3N says, I'm not a peasant. I'm buying a Cybertruck. Well, this morning I took a poll. It was like 40% said no. No, 40% said yes, and 60% said no. But I'm wondering if just a whole lot of people said no just because they think it's cool to say no and it's cool to diss on the Cybertruck. I don't like the change of Tundra look either. No, I actually like the Tundra. But, you know, Toyota needs to start using bigger wheels and tires. Toyota never goes above 33-inch tires. And that's what the Tundra has. And it looks so small. You know, Toyota needs to figure out how to throw some 35-inch tires on their trucks, like Ford and Dodge and everyone else. Then they'll fill out the wheel wells. And if you can fit 37s like the Raptor, it looks even better. But like, you know, like a big truck, even a Cybertruck's 35-inch wheels. But on Tundra, they limit it. Even a TRD Pro is 33. It just looks so small to me. Next time, look at a Tundra or Tundra TRD Pro, a side profile, and you'll realize how small the tires look. Zero fortune. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. All right, guys. It's late. I'll let you go. Overall, pretty good. Today we got a good bounce. Good bounce back, right? We'll see where tomorrow goes. But you know what? There's a lot of good signs. You guys know this. I've been talking about Bitcoin for years upon years, and right now it's all looking good. This is not the time to be feared out of the market. And there are some crazy meme coin news, massive news that you should know about, and massive support, more importantly, from all the major chains out there, basically, right? So smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Man, this week flew by. Happy Friday tomorrow. We'll see where Bitcoin and memes and alts will be. Okay. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.